people doing, oh? Oh yeah, there's nobody here. I guess I'll just have to say it. We doing alright. Hey! I hope y'all are doing alright out there. Ugh. How my people doing, oh? Anybody? No, there's nobody here, everybody. I'm the only one here, so I hope y'all are doing alright, oh. Here's the deal, today is story time. Alright, I got a good story for you guys now. In July, I got arrested. Thing is I got arrested for something pretty bogus. This is something in Minnesota here that is not an arrestable offense. They arrested me for it. I'm guessing because the cop was having a bad day? I don't know. There's no reason for him to arrest me. Here's the deal. I was driving. I was on my way home from work. I went to Walmart and needed to get a couple things from Walmart on my way home. So I stopped at Walmart. On my way back, I got pulled over. The cop pulled me over and ran my plate, ran my license, came back to the door and said, please step away from the vehicle. I was like, why? What did I do? What's wrong? Goes into further detail, stating that since my insurance came back from Progressive saying that it wasn't valid, even though I had just started planning. I mean, we had, I don't know what went on there. He supposedly called Progressive, which I highly doubt he actually did. He said that I've got to arrest you. So, and what really did is he looked at my record, and my record's not the cleanest. I had a really bad record when I was a kid. I did a lot of stupid stuff driving vehicles. And I had a lot of issues with paying fines, and that led to a restricted license, that led to a revoked license, that led to other things. Just it snowballed, and I've been cleaning up the mess from when I was a kid for quite some time now, and I've been still reaping the bad side of it. I don't know, it comes back still with such a bad record from then that cops tend not to really give me any favors at all. So I told the officer, I said, you don't need to arrest me. I'll walk home from here. I'm not that far. He's like, well, you're like 3 miles from home. I was like, I'm in the Army. I walk all the time. We do this. This is nothing. 3 miles ain't nothing. And by that time, I get a hold of Jasmine and she'd come get me. And he's like, well, let me see. I'll try and get a hold of your wife, and you know, we'll see from there. So it goes on, and I'm sitting in the back of the squad car, because at this point he has arrested me, and I'm sitting in the back of the squad car with handcuffs on. And I am telling you this, guys, when people say that they hurt, they're right. That stuff hurts. They put it on tight enough to where you can't move your wrist, and it's a metal band about yay thick rubbing on the back of your wrist. It doesn't feel good. And them seats, I unfortunately got one. Now see, to kind of like bring this back, there was a time I got into a car accident on my way to the airport at 5 in the morning. And the officer there that came to help said he'll get me to the airport if we could put my car somewhere safe to have it towed away, because I needed to get to this flight or I'm going to lose my plane ticket and I'm going to lose money. So he put me in the back of the squad car. Now, I wasn't arrested at this point, but this squad car had a spot in the back, so when you had your hands behind your back, they'd fit. And it'd actually fit in your arms, and it'd be more comfortable. The squad car I got put in this last time, no, didn't have it. Had a flat back seat. So it was very, very uncomfortable, and it was quite a long ride. So after they arrested me, the cop told me if he gets a hold of Jasmine, he'll see if she'd come get me. So I'm sitting there waiting. He calls Jasmine from my phone. She didn't answer. Was away from the phone. She calls back immediately, and the cop had put the phone on the dash. And when he did this, he put the phone on the dash. He sees her calling, and he ignores it. He ignored it, and that really pissed me off. He's like, well, I'll call her back in a minute after I get this done. I'm like, okay. She calls back again. I said, sir, can you please answer that? She's going to be really worried. Can you at least tell her what's going on? Answer the phone and just tell her what's going on. Doesn't do it. Ignores me. Guy's being a complete jerk at this point. Now, here's the part that really pissed me off. He told me he would call her. He did. Then he told me he'll call her back in a minute and try again. He didn't. He would not do it. He kept going up and down. And then he almost let me out of the car and said, you can walk home. But he goes, it's too far to walk. I said, I'll walk. It's not a big deal. I'd rather walk than have to pay for the gas money to go all the way to the jailhouse to get me and pay for the gas money to come back and pay for my bail. I said, I can't afford all this stuff. Yes, we do YouTube videos. Just to let you guys know. But we really don't get paid. I mean, it is such a little amount that it doesn't do anything. All that little bit does is help us to provide equipment, and that doesn't even provide the equipment. It's just a little like, maybe take the taxes off the equipment that we've got to buy just to do these videos for you guys. We don't get paid much at all. So I'm telling this officer up and down, I need to be home. I cannot miss work. And he decided to take me away anyway. So here I am in the back of the squad car, and I'm going down the street, and I'm telling the officer, I said, I don't understand what you're doing. I said, you lied to me. You falsified things to me. You told me straight out that you were gonna call my wife and tell her to come get me. You didn't. I offered to make things right with my car. I can make a phone call and make dang sure that that insurance is on there. And you don't have to tow my car. But you did anyway. You completely ignored everything that you said you would do for me. And now you're taking me to jail. Alright. So I'm sitting in the back of his squad car. Then we're chatting it up. And he gets into the military aspect because I told him I was in the military, and he's like, so why did you decide to get in the military? I said, because I've always felt like I needed to be in the service, but I never had the push to get in. And Jasmine was my push. She pushed me. She said, maybe you should try this out. Maybe we should try this. Maybe we should get you in the military, and that'll help our family out. And I was like, you know what? You're right. Maybe I should. So I looked into it. I talked to a recruiter, and we set it all up. Now, here's the deal. We were talking in the back of his car, and I thought maybe he was going to give me a little kindness, which he never has done this entire time. And when we got to the jailhouse here, instead of going all the way or when we got to the police department, maybe he would be like, well, if we get hold of Jasmine, she can come get you from here instead. Nope, didn't happen. I actually got transferred from his car into another officer's car. Now, here's the funny thing. When I was on my way to the jail, I was arrested at this point, just going to the jail, and I talked to the officer that was in there. She was talking about, she was trying to get into the military at some point. And I said, ma'am, don't do it. Don't do it. I said, people don't care about you anymore. And honestly, this video is going out to everybody. They don't. Nowhere in the United States does anybody really care about you. Now, they say they do. They say they support you. But they really don't, every now and then I get, oh, thanks for serving and all this other crap. But you know what? I like it. That's great. Thank you all for saying that. That's great. But to be quite honest, everything has been getting stripped away from soldiers. People that put their lives on the line. People that risk everything for you guys. Everybody in the United States. We risk it all for you. If we were to get deployed tomorrow, I'd be going over to Iraq, Afghanistan, wherever, to stop bad people from killing everybody here in the United States. And most likely, it looks like it's going to be Korea. So, everything gets stripped away. Nobody gives a military discount anymore that actually is worth anything. And honestly, you're lucky if you get a military discount anymore. People do it now seasonally. They've decided that it's okay to do it seasonally instead of, year-round. They do it, oh, well, it's Christmas time. We'll give you a break today. Really? I don't know. It frustrates me. So I'm telling this officer this, and she's like, oh, I never thought about it that way. I says, you know what, ma'am? I would still never change my mind. I love the military. I love everything about it. I'm happy that I signed up. Problem is, it's just everybody else. So I even told her, I said, you know what, don't let me change your mind. I'm just upset. I'm pissed off, and I've never experience anything good as far as the citizens of the United States goes. You guys on our channel, you guys are very supportive. We love you guys. You guys really support us. You guys, you know, you're always saying nice things about me and my family and telling Jasmine to hold on while I'm gone on training, and when I'm over in going to another country or going to another state for training or something like that. Whatever I'm doing, you guys are always there for Jasmine. You always got her back, and you're always giving her kind words, and I very appreciate that. I would never say nothing bad about you guys. And I'm just telling this officer back and forth that, you know, don't let me discourage you. If you really want to become a medic and you want to get into the Army, go for it, because you get a lot of benefits from the military. You may not get benefits from the rest of the United States, but you'll get benefits from the military, like schooling paid for, all sorts of stuff. So we're on the way, we're chatting. I was like, that's the only way I could stay sane, instead of getting so pissed off that I'm irate. So I'm just chatting, and I'm just keeping myself calm, because I know nothing good is coming from this. I get to the holding cell. Now, before that other officer dropped me off to this lady, he told me flat out, you're just gonna get booked. Once you get booked, you can post bail and leave. Perfect. Whatever. Gotta do that. It's happening. I can't do nothing about it. So I get to the jailhouse. I'm waiting. And waiting. Waiting. Nothing. Got a room full of guys. Everybody's there for various things. 2 guys were there. They just went through court. They're waiting to get out. Drug dealers. Another guy was there for the exact same thing I was there for. Non-valid insurance. Funny. Non-arrestable offense. 2 guys there for the same thing. And from the same town. Imagine that. He was just sitting in his car with it running in a parking lot, and they arrested him. So we're sitting there, we're all chatting away, we're all talking, because you're in a room full of guys, and you know, I'm pacing, I'm pissed off, I'm not happy, I'm just waiting for my time to come, and they start talking, and it just completely just breaks my mind open so I can start talking. I was just mad, I was irate. I could not believe I got arrested because of this dumb stuff. And the only thing that was going through my mind was, I can't believe I got arrested, and I gotta figure this out because I need to get out of here for my family's sake. I can't be in here. This just ain't working. So, pacing, we start talking, and start doing stuff, figuring things out. And they call my name finally, after pretty much everybody's gone except for me and a couple new guys that came in. Everybody else was gone. So finally they call my name, and this is after I prodded the lady. I was like, you know what, lady, I need to know what's going on here. I need to know if I can post bail. I need to know if I can get out of here or if I'm going to be staying here. I need to know, because I need to make arrangements to get picked up. Finally, after prodding her enough, she comes back telling me that, well, you're going to be staying here for the weekend. You have court in the morning, or in Monday morning. I was like, why? You know, when I got arrested, the officer told me flat out saying that you will be able to post bail when you get to the jailhouse and get out that same day. This guy told me flat out that I would have a court date on Monday morning, but they'd let me have a bail. On camera, he lied to my face because this jerk knew flat out he was Xing the spot that says hold for 48 hours. Not happy. Not happy at all. I was pissed off when they told me this. This officer flat out lied to me, and I told the lady right to her face, he lied to me. He told me I'd have a bail. And I go, so who decided I don't get a bail? Your officer that pulled you over and arrested you. I was, oh, really? That really tells me he lied to me then, because he checked the mark that says hold. So if you're watching this out there, officer, I'm not happy about it at all. So I stayed there for the weekend. They booked me, they gave me my jumpsuit. I got a nice orange jumpsuit. Yeah, it looked great on me. Not really. Actually, sorry, the jumpsuit wasn't orange. The shirt was orange. The nice, old, fancy used underwear that was probably harshly bleached and cleaned, the used socks, the used everything, and the blue jumpsuit. So I'm sitting in the jail cell downstairs in the one. It was like a holding cell for the people that are going to court or whatever in the morning. It's until they find a spot for you, pretty much. So I'm sitting here, we're eating, we get this dinner or breakfast or whatever. It was the most horrible, nasty crap I've ever eaten. You know, I'm in the military and our food's better than this, and our food's junk when we go out to field. This food is just, the bread's dry. They give you this pancake. It's like this big. It's literally a pan cake. It's square, like it came out of a cake pan. And butter and plastic forks. I felt like I was a baby again, which is crazy because, you know, this is what people go through on a daily basis right now. There's people in there that have been there for months upon months, that do this every day. And they give you a powdered drink that tastes horrible. It has some sort of a film in it. It's just disgusting. I'm in jail. I'm not in prison. So in jail, they have 2 TVs in there. They've got couches. They've got games. They have stuff like this. But you're still in a room. You can't leave. You can't go anywhere. You don't get any special treatments. You don't get food all the time. You don't get drinks all the time. You got to drink water. And the good water is hot water. That's the only hot water that actually has good taste to it. Otherwise, the other one tastes nasty. You know, it's still, you're not free. You're still in a jail cell. Granted, it was like a country club jail cell, considering, you know, you get TV and all that. But all I could think about is getting out of there. So I'm talking, we're trying to figure out what I can do, or when my date is coming, or what I can do to get out of here, because this isn't right. I shouldn't even have been arrested. Finally, on Sunday morning, or no, I'm sorry, Saturday evening, I got told before we went to bed, the officer was going to check one more time to check my status, and if my status hasn't changed, by morning, I will be out of there. Sorry, frog in my throat. By morning, I'll be out of there. Checked it again right before I went to bed. Has my status changed, officer? No, it has not. You will be out of there by morning because the judge is not in. He will not be in for the weekend. So you will be out by morning. I was like, awesome. Sweet. I will make arrangements now. It was later in the morning. It was almost afternoon. They let me out. Finally, I'm out. I'm free. Now, instead of waiting, instead of trying to get the address for the police department, I figured it'd be just easier. I knew where there was a gas station over there, so I walked to the gas station, and I got real food. I got two brats. I got a good drink. I got all this. I was like, oh, I'm in heaven. I called Jasmine first. My parents were the ones that came and picked me up because honestly, I didn't want the kids knowing or coming to see me in a jail. I didn't want them to see me that way. I didn't want them to have that image. They knew what happened because they overheard the conversation and Jasmine had to fill them in because they already heard it. They freaked out. They needed to know. But I didn't want them seeing that. So I called my folks. My folks came and got me and brought me home. I gotta tell you, Jasmine she was strong. She was there. She was really on her game. She knew before my parents that I was going to be let out. She knew before me that I was going to be let out. But I couldn't get a hold of her. Every time I tried to call her on the phones that they had there, it was a cell phone. And every time I called my parents, it was a landline. And every time I called Jasmine, it would go to her voicemail. It actually wouldn't even go to her voicemail. It would just ring and ring and ring, and then it would stop and say this person is not available. I finally got through to her once. And that was it. We get home, and instantly I'm welcomed by my family, and that was the greatest feeling in the world. And from then on, things have changed a lot. I'm going to tell you that right now. Things have changed a lot. Nothing is the same. Nothing is the same at all. And you know, it's been a bit stressful, but things are getting a lot better now. And, you know, I can only look back at this situation and be like, you know, a lot of things should have been different. A lot of things should not have happened. Like, for one, I shouldn't have been arrested. I should have been let out. He should have just been like, well, as soon as your ride gets here, you can go. Because, honestly, like I said, it was not an arrestable offense. That cop was just a jerk. I don't know if he's having a bad day. I don't know if he was just fed up. I don't know if he's just a mean guy. I don't know. But the fact he lied to me and over again, that really pissed me off. I couldn't believe that. I was still pissed off, dude. Until today, I'm still pissed off that he arrested me. I've never had an arrest record in my life. I've never been arrested before in my life. This was the first time I'd ever been arrested. That makes me mad. You know, I couldn't believe it. I look back on it and yeah, I'm still upset about it, but at the same time, it's a big learning lesson. It's a big curve, and I highly recommend that nobody ever gets arrested. It is not a fun experience. It really isn't. It's an eye-opener, but it's not a fun experience. And it's very frustrating and very stressful because all the guys in there, either they're violent, they're drug dealers, they're in there for no reason, and they're parolee jumpers. I was in there for no reason. I shouldn't have been in there. And that's still not good. You just don't know people in there. You just don't know them. Some of them are just crazy looking. Like, they got this look in their eye like, dude, I ain't gonna talk to you, man. I just stepped to myself. There's one guy in there that I was talking to, and he's in there for drugs. This is not his first time, and he's in his late 40s, early 50s, and he's in there for drugs again. I'm like, dude, what are you doing with your life, man? Dang. It's not worth it. He's like, oh, I'm in here for a little bit of meth on I had a pipe with a little bit of meth residue in it. I'm like, dude, come on, man. What are you doing with your life? You're almost 50. You're old. But, you know, it happens. So, I'm just going to leave you guys here with this one little note. Don't get arrested. I know, it's unavoidable sometimes. Sometimes something happens that you shouldn't have done, or sometimes something happens that maybe you couldn't control it, and it happened. Maybe it's not even your fault at all, and I understand that. I get it. I shouldn't have been arrested, and I was. But it happens. But avoid it at all costs. It is not fun. It's not a country club. It ain't exciting. There's nothing good in there to do. It's boring. You go in your room, you're in your room for hours on end, doing nothing, in a small room. But let me ask you this. Who out there has been arrested? Anybody? You care to share in the comments if you'd been arrested or not? I won't judge. I've been arrested. So, hey, down in the comments, let me know. Has anybody been arrested, and for what? This is a fun little comment. You know, no one will judge. No one on here judge, alright? I'm telling you right now, don't judge anybody. If they comment that they've been arrested, and for what, don't judge them. There's no reason to judge. It happens. It's life. I've been arrested. I'm telling you right now, I've been arrested. I just told you the story. It happens. Also, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. If you like these videos and you want to hear another story time, we've got plenty. We've got a few more that we've been waiting to give you guys. Give us a big thumbs up and comment below if you like these type of videos and if you want us to keep making them. Also, share this video with your friends. Make sure they see it. I want everybody to know. You can't change it. I'm much better for it, guys. I'm happy. I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with my life. It wasn't a felony. It wasn't a misdemeanor. It was a gross misdemeanor. It was very low-rated arrest, so it's never going to follow me. It's not going to hurt me to get a job. It's not going to hurt me from getting a vehicle or a life or a house. I just want to say, you guys, have a great day. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Once again, make those comments down below if you've been arrested and for what. And if you like this video. If you like this video, keep commenting. Let us know if you like this type of video. Bye, everybody.